Good afternoon, Mr. President. We have just published PGE Group 2015 results. How would you describe performance of the group?
I think we can be pretty satisfied with our performance in 2015. Our operating and financial results are very good, despite changing market conditions. Operating results of all segments were very good, which allowed for EBITDA of over 8 billion and 200 million zloty, the highest level in PGE history. The good performance of conventional generation segment results from favorable hedging of energy sales in previous periods. However, we cannot and we do not forget about the impairments of assets of almost 9 billion zloty value. Those resulted from changing environment on commodities market. I mean in particular hard coal market and climate change policies, mostly prospects of carbon allowances. These write-offs mean that at the bottom line, for the first time in the history of PGE recorded the loss of 3 billion zloty.
But what does it mean for shareholders? Can they count on dividend from these results?
Company is still able to share cash generated last year with our shareholders because the impairments are non-cash only. That's why we modified last year our dividend policy to adjust it by impairments. So after adjustment, the profit being basis for the computation of dividend amounts to almost 4 billion and 300 million zloty. We want to stay a dividend company, however, due to the dynamic market environment, I am not able at the moment to declare the proposed distribution of profit. I think it's worthwhile to wait until the ordinary general meeting, which, like last year, will take the decision on that matter.
As you have mentioned, PGE's business environment is very dynamic. How would you comment on changes taking place on the market?
Yes, indeed, the market was difficult, and I think it continues to challenge utilities like PGE. European climate policy and the new regulation on renewable support in Poland, I think, were the most important topics for the sector last year. We have witnessed declining wholesale electricity prices in forward contracts for 2016, which follow global trends related to falling hard coal prices and changes in installed capacity in Poland. At the end of the year, changes in remuneration of distribution system operators were announced for the next 5-year period. Quality goals were set up and are very ambitious, must say. Hopefully, to a large extent, they go in line with targets that PGE outlined in its strategy in 2014. That does not mean, however, these will not require extensive works to achieve them.
PGE is running ambitious investment plan. Could you please give us some details on what is happening actually on those construction sites?
The most important investments in our investment pipeline, not surprisingly, are the following: 2 hard coal-fired units in Opole power plant, 1 lignite unit in Turów, and gas cogeneration unit in Gorzów. All of these projects employ the best currently available technologies and with lowest emission rates. Given that, over time, we will be able to change the emission profile of the entire group. Opole is progressing in line with the adopted schedule, reaching 35% of project advancement. The size of works is really impressive. Turów unit required substantial redesign to meet requirements of BAT conclusions for new units. So currently engineers are working on project documentation while the excavation work for main objects are carried out. Our third major project, cogeneration unit in Gorzów, is at the most advanced stage of work. In the first quarter of 2016, we will start its trial run. So our investment program comprises obviously not only conventional generation. Last year was a period of very intensive works in renewables. We have completed projects of 4 wind farms with a total capacity of 218 megawatts, almost doubling wind power generation capacity. Finally, we carried out intensive works in the distribution segment which aim at improving the quality of supply.
To sum up our conversation, could you please give us an idea of what shareholders of PGE can expect in 2016?
I think we can expect pressure on earnings due to the situation on the commodity markets, both fossil fuels and energy. Despite optimization initiatives, unfortunately, we will not be able to offset them fully. We are well prepared to daily operations of our generation and distribution assets. In my opinion, schedule of refurbishment of existing assets as well as the new investment projects are well prepared and will go according to plan.
Thank you very much. Please have a look on our website to see full reports of PGE for 2015.